The PGA of America announcing a fund to help those in the golf industry weather the effects of the coronavirus shutdown, raising more than $10 million so far. Applications for funds began yesterday. Joining us now for more, a familiar name, familiar face, Seth Waugh, CEO of PGA of America. And, you know, Seth, you got the dream job. You're like, I don't need this. CEO of Deutsche Bank, of the Americas, the financial crisis. Who needs this? I'm going to go get this cushy job at the PGA of America. What could go wrong? Yeah. Meanwhile, we're all affected suddenly by this, and this is great what you're doing. I talk about all the different 1.8 million people, and golf courses are shut down. I don't really understand that completely why that makes sense, but everything's got to be. We got to stay in place, obviously, but we don't think about all the people associated with that industry that aren't getting a paycheck right now either.
You're right, Joe. I mean, first of all, good morning. Thanks for having us on. And it's an $85 billion business, right? With, as you say, almost 2 million people in it. And golf is so much more than a game. You know, if you think about it, like we're a health club, we're a park, we're a restaurant, a bar, we're a community, and there is just, as you say, so much pain out there, and the cure here is so much different than the other crises you and I lived through, and 9/11 and the financial crisis. Where we're trying to create activity here. We're sort of committing economic suicide, right? And so we've started from the beginning trying to figure out how to get everybody to the other side. I think the government has done, amazing work on a lot of the programs. The Fed's moves last week were stunning, and yet, we wanted to create another safety net to get everybody to the other side. We run some of the biggest tournaments in the world. We've got the PGA Championship, the Ryder Cup, the Women's PGA. But what we do every day is we're the largest sports organization on earth with 29,000 members, and they're suffering, right? As is everybody else in the game. And so we wanted to put together something specific for golf to try and help this great game. As you say, we are a walk in the park. We hope we're one of those activities that comes back very quickly at the end. We think we have natural benefits with natural social distancing. You've got a couple, even if you had 100 people on a 200 acres, there's obviously plenty of room to do that. And so being prepared to come back and getting everybody to the other side is what it's all about. So we put together a fund that is sort of golf helping golf. We've put up $5 million initial and then a $2.5 million match. We've got a lot of support from other allies in the industry. We hope to create, a lot of demand for it. We've got an outside provider, E4E, who is going to manage it for us. We opened yesterday and had overwhelming demand. As you can expect, there's lots of need. So we're out there trying to do the best we can to again to get everybody to the other side.
So it's E4 relief. I don't know if I'm hearing most of what you're saying through the Skype. I'm not sure about Skype. Seth. Anyway, we have a lot of audio issues with Skype, but that's an independent third-party charity, and there's going to be. Did you talk about the two different phases, 500 to 1,500 for people, and then some several weeks later, a second phase with grants topping 3,500, and you're still in the process of trying to get to 10 million, right?
Yeah, well, we've pledged 7.5. We've got some real support from other of our allies, and we're pretty convinced we'll get to 10 and hopefully beyond. We'd love to turn our 7.5 into 20. As you say, the first phase is kind of immediate needs. Short form, you apply, you can get up to $1,500 of cash, kind of an immediate injection. And then we're having a second phase, which is for the longer term neediest, where you can get up to $3,500. That'll take a little while longer. But we had, we opened up yesterday. It was, overwhelming kind of need. And so we're excited about all this. And, as you say, we've got an outside provider. They're handling the whole thing. If you want to give to it, it is relief.golf is the way you can look it up. And we'd love, every bit of help as we possibly can get, obviously. There's so much good going on. Watching your program every morning, whether it's Fanatics or other efforts to try and help various constituents. Now we have a golf specific. So if you care about the game, please think about all those poor workers that are out there that are either out of a job. You know, as I said earlier, we have almost 2 million workers in the industry. We think it's over 1 million are either out of work or severely affected here. So it's a big population that we're trying to get at and to help.
That's awesome. Seth, before we let you go, I haven't followed. I know when the Masters is for some reason, but you made the switch, and I thought it was very successful for the fourth major for the PGA. Just put it in a better place, I think. When is that going to be? Things are all messed up, but what's the schedule?
Ironically, it's back to the future. We're in August, so we're in the first week in August. We're in Harding Park in San Francisco. You know, it was a great process, Joe. You'd be proud of the room. I know how much you love the game, and Jay Monahan at the tour.
Doesn't love me, really, Seth.
Yeah, it will when you get back. I think this break is going to do you good. Practice in front of the mirror. But we are we're in August, and we're hoping that we can get the game going on the tour here the next call it early June, mid-June, and then roll out. Have a relatively normal season if we can get going in June and end in November at the Masters. We got a Ryder Cup in September. We got a lot of. I know that everybody's got the Joneses to get back out and play, but also to watch it. So hopefully we can get it done. I hope it's for fans, but we're fully prepared to go without and try and create some content for people.
Yeah. Well, it's still stinging from that. I might have been able to play in that Ryder Cup for us, I think. I was thinking about the social distancing with my caddy. He's nowhere near me half the time. He's like looking, he's off in the woods half the time. So that's a different issue. Anyway, Seth, thank you, and thanks for doing this. We appreciate it and look forward, like everyone, to getting back to some type of normalcy. Seems like golf might be one way to do it with the advantages that you mentioned. But thanks for coming on today, Seth. We appreciate it. What you're doing, too.
Thanks for all your support.